America's Pulse Network welcomes you to the Pulse Podcast. Today we've got a packed show, from breaking news to informative topics that will keep you well informed. So, please click the subscribe button to get notified of upcoming episodes. If you like what the APN's The Pulse Podcast talks about, then please share the Pulse with others. During this episode of The Pulse, the host looks forward to your comments. Tonight's APN's The Pulse Podcast starts now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of The Pulse. I'm your host, Damon Galdo, for tonight. I'm the commentator, and this is brought to you by the Great America's Pulse Network. Now, I'm going to do the breaking news kind of in between my monologue at the same time, just for the sake of time, because we have some good people that are coming on. So tonight, and I have to read this monologue too, because I just wrote it. I apologize. I'm campaigning and working at the same time, but no excuses. I should have it memorized, but I just wrote it because I thought it was pretty good. So tonight is a special night, now, not because politicians won, not because a political party won, but because the people won. For years, New Jersey voters have been told that if you're not connected, if you're not part of the political establishment, if you don't have the right last name, the right donors, or the right insiders backing you, then you don't stand a chance. Well, this week, New Jersey voters had something to say about that. In one of the biggest statements we've seen in a long time, Republican primary voters chose grassroots candidates over the political establishment. Justin Murphy, who will be coming on, won the Republican nomination for the United States Senate. I won the Republican nomination for Congress in New Jersey's 1st District. Now, it was a very hard win, actually, for me, because that write-in guy that's on every ballot, he's tough to beat. I don't know who names are write-in anyway. But so neither one of us, came from political royalty. Neither one of us spent our lives climbing the political ladder. We're just regular New Jersey guys who got tired of watching working families get squeezed while politicians keep making excuses. The truth is, New Jersey families are struggling. The cost of living keeps going up. Property taxes keep going up. Utility bills keep going up. Tolls keep going up. And somehow, the people responsible for all of it keep telling us everything is fine. But voters are starting to wake up. People are realizing that common sense, it isn't extreme. It's common sense. Wanting affordable groceries isn't extreme. Wanting safe communities isn't extreme. Wanting secure elections isn't extreme. Wanting government to work for citizens before everyone else isn't extreme. That is common sense. And speaking of elections, look what's happening on the other side of the country, California. California is still counting votes. They already know that there's going to be a runoff, but somehow they're still counting ballots days later. Now, New Jersey gets compared to California all the time. People call us the East Coast California. And honestly, when you look at the taxes, regulations, energy costs, and overall cost of living, I understand why people make that comparison. The difference is that while both states seem determined to compete for who can tax their residents the most, at least New Jersey can usually tell you who won the election before the next holiday arrives. So regardless of party, voters deserve elections to be efficient, transparent, and timely. That's not a Republican issue. It's not even a Democrat issue. That's an American issue. And that's exactly why why tonight's victories matter. The voters spoke. They sent a message. And the message was simple. We're tired of being ignored. We're tired of politicians getting rich while working families struggle. We're tired of being told that the status quo is the best we can do. The people of New Jersey are demanding something better. So tonight, we're also going to talk about the situation at Delaney Hall in Newark. While New Jersey families continue to struggle to pay their bills, taxpayers are once again footing the bill for police response, security costs, property damage, cleanup efforts, political chaos. And many residents are asking a simple question. Why does it seem like our leaders spend more time fighting for people who aren't citizens than they do for fighting for the citizens who elected them? It's a fair question, everyone. It really is. It's a damn fair question. Especially on Memorial Day weekend. The weekend that should be dedicated to honoring the brave men and women who sacrificed everything for this country. Instead, many New Jersey residents watch political leaders spend their time focused on Delaney Hall, while veterans and their families were remembering those who never made it home. We'll talk about it, all of that tonight, but first, I want to bring on the man who just helped shake up New Jersey politics, but I don't think he's on yet. But before I introduce him, and before he comes on, he'll come on later, I have to say this. For years, everybody gave Justin Murphy a hard time about that mullet. And now he finally got a haircut. Meanwhile, people still give me a hard time because I'm short. Apparently, in New Jersey politics, they're not making fun of your hair, they're not making fun of your height, but here's good news. The voters didn't care about either one. And judging by the results, I think Cory Booker wishes he had Justin's head of man hair. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's start the pulse and bring on the first guest. We got Seth Eisenberg.
Hey, how are you, man?
The Angry Pirate. So, thank you for coming on, Seth.
Thanks for having me, brother.
Appreciate it. Yeah. So, thank you very much, Seth. So, we got some stuff coming up. We got a little trick for you in the end. Not a trick, but a little special surprise for you.
Okay.
So, and I don't think Justin's on yet. I don't know who else. We got Elana Barbera is on from Florida, the base mother.
So psyched about tonight. So psyched for you guys.
So, thank you. Appreciate it. And then bring on the next guest. So we have Nick Catucci. Justin's not on yet, I'm assuming. So I just texted him. I know he had to go and meet with some people. He just got elected, as the Republican nominee for Senate. But he'll be on later, I hope. I just texted him, let him know we're live. But Nick, thank you very much for coming on. Nick is actually the guy I first met running for Congress. I was doing a job up in Princeton, and I had a great conversation with him. He inspired me to run. So thank you for coming on, Nick. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Damon. Glad I could inspire you, and thank you for having me.
So, all right. So we're going to start this first segment, and I named it "Mullet is Gone." The short guy is still the short guy. We both won anyway. So little self-deprecation there. But I can't do it. I can't go into it yet because I can't do it without Justin on. So you know what? Our great producer, because this was dedicated to Justin, actually. So can we just skip to the second segment and then start with that? Yeah, and then we'll go back to one. So everyone, we're skipping over here until Justin comes on. So this one is, he's not a machine, he's just a man. And I'm originally from Philadelphia, so I love my Rocky movies. And Justin and I are both going up against political machines. I'm going up against Juggernaut Donald Norcross, and he's going up against Cory Booker, Mr. Big Potato Eyes. So well, before we play this, Seth, what did you say about him before? No, you said about Hakeem Jeffries.
Yeah,
that's right. So here, let's play the first clip.
He's cut! Russian's cut! It's a bad cut! And now it's Rocky Balboa coming after Ivan Drago! He grabs Rocky Balboa by the throat. Balboa picking up the Russian and throws him to the ground like a wrestler. It's a gutter war. No holds barred in Moscow. Rocky may be on the receiving end so far, but he's here to fight. This is shaping up to be a personal war, and right now, it's anybody's boxing match.
You're doing good, Rocky. I think you do better myself.
Beer glass. That's a bunch of.
Got him hurt bad.
Yeah. Now he's worried. You're cutting. You're hurting. You see? He's not a machine. He's a man.
Неправда. Как? Кусок. Железо.
Winning more than he does. No pain. No pain. No pain. No pain. No pain.
I love that scene from Rocky IV.
Awesome.
You can beat him. He's not, he's a man. He's not a machine. So I throw it in there for a little funny stuff. I got some other funny stuff coming up. But you know what, Nick, since you're new, I'm going to go to you. And you, like I said, you inspired me to run. You used to live up in a different district. And now you're actually living here in Williamstown. So what did you think about the Justin Murphy win?
I thought it was very exciting. He only had the support of 3 counties going up against people with the support from 9, 10, and 8. It was incredible. It was incredible what Mercer, Camden, and Gloucester, in my opinion. I mean, I don't know if I'm reading that correctly, but in my opinion, he only had the endorsement from those 3 counties, and he won the whole state. So really says a lot about the GOP effort from just Gloucester, Camden, and Mercer. Really an impressive win, considering that he had a kind of a small backing. Just the 3 counties came with him, and he took the win. That was all he needed.
He had a big backing right here, Hammer, and the American Pulse Network, because he's always on here. My hammer's too far away; I can't reach it.
Scoreboard. Yeah. End of the day.
But Seth, I'll go to you next. I mean, one thing Nick said that a small backing, but these counties they got behind him big time because what Zidane did, Alex Zidane, he pulled a fast one the day of the primary election. He put a text blast out there to all the counties that he wasn't endorsed in, ones that Justin was endorsed in, and he sent it to all the Republican voters and said that he didn't say GOP endorsed, but it was very misleading. And he said he's the Republicans from this county endorse him. So, but everybody jumped on it. I mean, I was all over it. Like I put it on everywhere on social media. I mean, every group page that I was on, even the chair who's with Justin right now from Mercer County, blasted him for it. But everyone jumped on it pretty quick because a lot of people were confused. So, what do you think about those kind of politics, man? It's happening down there in Maryland.
Oh, it's worse in Maryland. I mean, we had Governor Hogan when he was going out, he supported and campaigned for the Democrat governor nominee. It's like I said, the Republican Party is not what it should be or what it has been. It's like one level up in the sewer above the Democrat Party. They just don't. It's more about getting along than getting by. That's why I'm glad Justin won, and I'm glad you staved off that last minute rival. I mean, I know it was tough for you, nail biting. I was up all night worried about it, but you 2 won because while you have the R after your name, you're not the current Republican Party. You don't represent the current Republicans. You represent what Republicans should be, how they should act, and what they should stand for. I hope Justin's win embarrasses the new school Republican Party in New Jersey. I hope they're embarrassed. I hope they're ashamed. And I hope they use this time to go, look, we need to get back on board with what the people want, not with what we want. And they should, without a doubt, throw their support behind the both of you. This will be a true test to their intestinal fortitude. Now, how are they going to react? Are they going to bitch out and whine and cry, or are they going to put on their big boy pants and get behind the people, the people that were chosen by the state? That's the only 2 choices they have. And this is a win or lose for them in your state. If they don't get behind you, I'd have nothing to do with them ever again. Nothing. Same thing in Maryland. If they don't get behind the people's choices, I'll have nothing to do with them ever again.
I hear you there. And then there's the big issue with the Republican Party around here. And I'll go to you next, Lana. But before that, I'm just going to say, anybody's watching, you can chat. It doesn't matter if you're on Rumble, X, Facebook. It doesn't matter what social media platform you're watching from. Oh, we got our producer just popped in. I think he made a mistake there. Hey, Damon. That's other Damon. And he nixed Elana out somehow. He looks like he's eating something. He's got sticky fingers that probably hit the mouse. But anyone that wants to ask a question or make a statement, they can go in the chat on any social media platform, and we'll see it pop up here. And Donald, as always, thanks for coming on. Appreciate it. So, Elana, we do have an issue here, with the Republican Party here in New Jersey. So there were people that wouldn't even sign my petition, and I was the only one. I won the convention. I got the endorsement of all 3 counties, and there were elected officials on my petition. And then, so I'm the only one. And then all of a sudden I get my petition challenged in court. And I had to go to court. I know I was North Cross behind it. And so, but I believe there was some other people behind it, some Republicans that didn't want me in, because there's a lot of infighting here. And now we have our chairs being challenged in a bunch of counties. And it's unbelievable the tactics that they'll do against their own party. I go by Ronald Reagan's 11th commandment, but so what do you think about that? I mean, I know you live in New York, you live in Florida now. So what is it like down there?
I was born and raised in New York. I lived in Massachusetts for 23 years. I lived in California for 8 years. I have lived in Jersey for a very short period of time. I mean, I've lived in a lot of blue states, and most of it. And by the grace of God, I never became a liberal. I don't know how that happened, but I never. I wasn't when I was younger. I wasn't really following politics. I thought I knew what was going on. I had no idea. Now that I know, this is just the games they play. A minute ago, Seth said, he hopes they'll be ashamed. Of course, they're not going to be ashamed. They have no shame. They don't have a capacity to be ashamed, which is why I'm so excited that Damon and Justin, people like Spencer Pratt. I mean, all around the country, there are just regular people who are stepping up and saying, we have had enough. I'm going to put my life on hold and try to serve my country. And what a turning point it is that someone like Justin was able to win a crowded primary. He had $15,000 of flip phone and no campaign manager. He did it by sheer hustle, sheer will. I was talking to him. He's like, I can't believe it. I said, yeah, well, David killed Goliath with a stone. We can do this. The fight starts now, today. And I'm so excited. Despite the machine, it's happening around the country. There are people who are rising up, stepping into the ring, not afraid to go up against the machine. Just like Rocky's trainer said, he's not a machine. He's just a man. Let's go. Right. No pain.
No pain. So Nick, I'll go back to you with this one. The only thing that was problematic yesterday, even though we won, but I was sure when I knew that already because it wasn't being primaried. There were a couple people that were thinking about running, but like I said, when I got the endorsement thing, Justin Murphy is calling me right now. So, you know what? Let's take a quick break real fast because I want to call Justin back and then get this sorted out for him and his flip phone. So.
Hey, it's great to be on with you. This is a great podcast. It's a lot of fun and it's informative and it's real information. It's none of the frills and none of the nonsense that you hear on the legacy media, just telling the story of what's happening right now. It's what I do with my newsletter that I get out to anybody who wants to see it. It's what you're doing with this podcast. America needs to know what the real deal is, and you're the real deal.
If calling in okay or no?
Yeah, well, I'll keep you on speaker, Justin, because Justin is down there and he's not able to get on. So, and like you said, he promised me he's going to get a smartphone if he won. So,
obviously doesn't need one.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, I ran around the state of New Jersey with no campaign manager, $15,000, and a 4G flip phone, and we won.
You just repeated exactly what Elana said. That you told her.
Yeah.
But everybody, welcome Justin Murphy. He's on. Can't see him yet. But so Justin, I know you're not going to see this, but you'll be able to see it later. So I guess can we flip back to the first segment to what we were going to do there? So everyone else will see it. They'll know what we're talking about because I know everyone talked about. I named this segment. The mullet is gone. The short guy is still short. We both won anyway. So
that's right. Yeah. So the voters have to put up with us until November.
Yeah. So, but our producer found a picture of you from college picture, with the mullet.
College day. That's a long time ago.
It's actually MacGyver from back in the day. So you remember MacGyver?
We can just say it's a bad AI version of me. That'll work.
Well, no, it's MacGyver from that show back in the day. You know, he was smart as hell, just like you are, when he had the little mullet. So I had to take that out. So.
All right.
I think he found one of me too. I don't know. Man, a high school play, a lollipop kid just popped up. So, so I just wanted to do as a joke to start off this one segment, but I wanted you to talk about, like, how was your journey? How did you get through this? I know you hustled. You were going out there. You were up and down the state, man.
Well, yeah. I mean, when I ran in 24, I was committed to just continue to run through 25, help the candidates out that were running for assembly and local that I could, and just keep visible, and then make the formal run again. So I didn't really hide it that I was going to stay out, stay involved, and get out there and run.
Put your seatbelt on.
I'm crossing train tracks. I'm crossing train tracks. But it worked. I mean, we were visible enough. We had enough people that were willing to listen to our message, and it resonated. And it's very fortunate to have the endorsements of Gloucester, Mercer, and Camden counties, and have people get out and work for you. And we were able to get all throughout the state, which is just fantastic. We're able to get all throughout the state, and groups. I made 10 trips to Bergen County. That's for sure. And we campaigned in most states. I think we missed about 3 or so, but that's okay. We hit enough hands, and we got enough exposure. We had raised enough money, fortunately, to get on the radio a couple times. We had some endorsements from Bill Spadia. We had a recommendation from Jersey Right to Life. We had a 100% pro-life rating from National Pro-Life Alliance. And it was enough to come together, and get enough people to the polls for us. So I just thank everybody that participated. We'll always push for higher turnouts to get more people involved. And we'll get ready for November now. We just all have to focus on uniting the party and getting everybody ready and focused on the November midterms.
So, all right, sounds good. But hey, listen, I love working with you. I mean, we've been friends for a long time now. Our town hall was great that we did together.
We got to do more. We got to do more, and we'll certainly be tearing up your congressional district. And because we're at the primary behind us, as we're the face of the party, and we're the top of the ticket this year, the House and Senate seats. So we have to, we got to hit as many hands as possible and make sure our messaging is honed. And it's about turnout. Midterm elections are base versus base. It's their base versus our base, and we want to make sure that we're getting people excited and energized, because if you're flat and depressed, it's not going to be good. It's be a bad night for us. So, but we got plenty of time, and I think we're going to be okay. I'm just leaving Ocean County now. Real nice event down here in Lacey, beautiful in the water, and we'll be just knocking all the events down, and hopeful enough to get across the finish line and shock the world in November.
All right. Well, I mean, if you're good to stay on, I'm going to go to Elana, because I know you've been talking to her a lot. She's putting up some good videos for you. So just if you're good to stay on.
I would love to stay on.
All right. You got it.
I love the bass mother.
He said he loves the bass mother. So Elana, so what you and Justin been talking, like, you've been putting out videos for him. You put out some for me too. They're amazing. I love your podcast. It's great. So what do you think about Justin pulling this off?
I think it's possible. I think it's absolutely possible. I don't think Cory Booker is going to go canvass the state night after night after night and talk to people the way Justin is. And I think that's going to be a deciding factor for people when they see somebody who's taken the time to talk to him, to talk to them, hear their concerns, hear what they really care about. I think it's gonna push you over the finish line in the end, and it's gonna be a long 5 months. I mean, you have hundreds of events ahead of you, Justin, and I don't envy the miles you're going to be putting on your car, and how tired you're going to be and how many late night dinners you're going to have. But I thank you for it in advance, because we need to get a bigger majority in the Senate. We need to get these nut jobs like Cory Booker out of there. These people hate America. We need people in there who are going to support the president's agenda and who are going to have integrity and put America first. And I let's go. I'm ready. What else can I do? I mean, I made a few videos. I'm trying to get the word out about your name, but the whole country's talking about you today. So I'm going to make sure to keep that fire going in my small way.
Good. No, thank you so much. I'm honored and fortunate to have the energy from people like you. And yeah, keep our social media growing. That's important. And we'll do exactly what you said. We'll probably hit 100 or so events between now and November. And we just hope that people are engaged enough and receptive enough to our message and then vote on it.
So, all right, Seth, I want to go to you. Justin didn't hear the comment about Cory Booker wishing he had that head of hair. So if you want to elaborate on that, I know you have something good to say.
Well, I mean, I don't know much about hair. All right, let's be honest. But I do know a good set of a nice hair when I see it. And him and Tim probably have the best heads of hair in politics right now. And I'm jealous. And I'm sure that played a huge part in being elected was his hair. Because a lot of bald guys out there are like, damn, I wish I looked that good. So I'm going to vote for the guy. No, but I mean, Justin's a good guy. I like him. He tolerates me, so that puts him in the plus column for me. He's a smart guy. And I think what helps him and going to help him go through is he's even on here, you can tell he's very approachable. He's not one of those people that when you talk to him and he's busy, he lets you know that I'm busy, so make this quick. He seems to just be at ease talking to anybody in any situation, and that's important. And that's not something you can just you pick up along the way. It's something you have. It's called command of leadership, and he has it. He has a command presence. He's very settling. He's very relaxing, and that's important if you're going to be a leader. You don't want somebody like Cory Booker who's running around wanting to fight everybody all the time, talking about how tough he is, when everybody knows he's not tough. You don't want that. That's ridiculous. You want somebody who's calming, somebody who can talk and get his point across, be assertive and not be obnoxious. And Justin's very calming. He's very assertive, and that resonates with people. That's again, presence of command. It's just, hey, this guy knows what he's doing. I trust him. If he says he's going to do it, he's going to do it. And I honestly don't see there an issue with him winning. I think it's going to be a blowout. I think people are going to realize Booker's a moron. He's a total stain of a human being.
Your lips to God's ears. If it's a blowout, that would be wonderful. We haven't seen that in a while.
Oh, it will be. Man. You gotta have faith in yourself, man. You shocked everybody this time. It's going to carry through. It's going to carry through, man. I honestly think this is going to be a no contest. I really don't think it's going to be like, oh man, we're gonna wait till the last precinct comes in. I'm kind of worried. I think it's going to be like, damn, he won already. Why are we still going through the rest of the count?
So, and then Justin, I know you can't see the screen. I got another guest on here, Nick Catucci. So I want to see Nick, whatever you wanted to say to Justin. And don't forget, everybody, I actually won too, and I'm running.
Yes, very good, Damon. Congratulations.
I see Heather McCarthy. Garvey is, she's saying Justin is going to beat Cory Booker. Well, I guess I hope I beat Norcross. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Both classic tortoise in the hare situations, right? This guy thinks he had a Spartacus moment and the world owes him in perpetuity. But, Justin, you keep grinding, you keep fighting with your flip phone the way you have been. And
that's right.
Simple, David and Goliath reference was just made, and that's really it, just a small stone. Just
Damon and Goliath.
Both of you guys versus Goliath.
Running, any Republican running, we're in a state where there are 840,000 more registered Dems than Republicans, and we're not expected to do too well this year. And I disagree with that. It doesn't matter if it's history, but it's an uphill battle. There's no question. And hats off to everybody that participates and runs and puts it out there. And it's right now. I'm seeing people saying, "Well, we can't win. You don't have a shot." And this and the other. I say, look, light a candle. Don't curse the darkness.
You're right about that.
That's a great attitude.
So I just we want to put Sandra Leanne's post up there. People are tired of the mudslinging. Justin has and will continue to run an honorable campaign based on the facts, the best interest of the people, and the best interest of the people in New Jersey. So, all right, so Justin, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to go into the next segment. So hold tight.
Holding tight.
All right.
America's Pulse Network. The mainstream media is bought and paid for. The truth is twisted to fit their agenda. But America is waking up. Because podcasts are the future for trusted media. Welcome to the America's Pulse Network. It is a network built by patriots that upholds the Constitution. But America's Pulse Network stands for God, truth, and the America First movement. There is no corporate propaganda, no government spin, just real news, real talk, and real voices fighting for faith, freedom, and the future of this great nation with common sense. Here are some of America's Pulse Network podcasts. Alexandra Levine Live, hosted by Alexandra Levine. Jersey Shore Podcast, hosted by Damon Galdo. The Conservative Corner, hosted by Seth Eisenberg. The New Jersey State House Watch, hosted by Jack Brangan and Constance Detzel. APN's The Pulse is moderated by either Alexandra, Damon, Elana, or Seth. Also tune into America's Pulse Network on the following social media platforms. Join the revolution because the pulse of America beats for God and country. America's Pulse Network is for faith, family, freedom, and truth.
So, all right, everybody, welcome back to the Pulse. This is segment 3. This is Memorial Day for Illegals, and I'll explain why it's Memorial Day for Illegals. Because in our state here, we had Mikey Sherrill, and we had our Senator Andy Kim, all go there on Memorial Day instead of going to any veterans hospital or visit any veterans, anything else. They went to where we have illegal aliens that committed crimes that are getting deported, and they went there for that, and it started up a whole different thing. And we had Congressman Donald Norcross go there, and then Cory Booker was asked about it. So I want to play the first 2 clips with Norcross and Booker real quick. Let's from that.
Congressman Don Norcross here. I'm at Delaney Hall, second time in the last month or so, and obviously with the reports of what was going on primarily outside the facility by those who wanted to use the First Amendment rights.
The First Amendment rights to what? Cross a border illegally? I don't understand that. So you can't even say congressman, right? I'm not the best speaker. I'm not the best enunciator either. But that guy with his congressman, I mean, I don't know. Either way, but not to make fun of the guy, whatever. He's a congressman. I'm sorry, but that's about Bob Booker.
Terry Booker.
Yeah, there's a quick one. It's coming up.
Senator Booker, any comment on the violence in New Jersey?
I need to get to my seat real quick for the opening.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's it. He doesn't want to talk about it. So Elaine, I'll go to you with this one. I mean, because I know you've been talking about it and covering it on your podcast and your posts and Instagram and everywhere else. And now I begin to text like crazy from friends of mine that live in Virginia. Like, what is going on in New Jersey? And so, what are your thoughts on all this?
Well, by now I should know better. I should be over it. But I never stop being disappointed in watching politicians like Booker and Norcross and Mikey Sherrill. I can't even stand her. She makes my skin crawl. And I can't stand watching them put Americans last again and again and again. And we've been dealing with it for years. I should be used to the pain by now, but I'm not. And I guess it's a good thing that I'm not, because a lot of Americans aren't. And these are the things that we need to just keep putting forward, keep putting forward. How many billions of dollars has New Jersey spent on illegal aliens, tax dollars, while the people of New Jersey, go without? And we have to keep hitting it home. It's what got Donald Trump elected. We voted to remove the illegal aliens, and we're not over it. We're not over it at all. In fact, half the times when I bring up illegal aliens, I'm like, Mr. President, go faster, do more. It's not enough. I'm not satisfied until there's no more housing crisis, because when you get rid of between 20 and 50 million illegal aliens, there's going to be plenty of housing. We don't need to keep building for cheap garbage houses for them. So let's just keep at it. Keep ringing this bell again and again and again, because more and more Americans are still coming to the awakening that this is destroying our country.
So no, absolutely. I mean, so Seth, I know I know what you're gonna say about this, but what are your thoughts? Because I want to before we go into that, I want to play one clips. I got a bunch of videos that are coming up. There's gonna be a lot of them. I think we have 4 or 5, something like that. But of the madness here at Delaney Hall, let's roll the first one. I don't even know what.
So I get locked up. Huh? What am I doing? Am I bothering y'all? Huh? If I hit one of y'all, I go to jail, right? So I go to jail. If I hit y'all, go to jail, right? Come on. What's wrong with y'all, man? Come on, man. Come on, yo.
These are working. Let's go. Watch your back, man. Let's go.
Crazy, man.
Back up! Back up!
These guys are not the enemy. People are inside fucking. I understand that. And that's why we're here. But these people are working. I'm not afraid of anything. What are you afraid of? Do you want to stop ICE? Do you want to stop them? This is not stopping ICE. That's ICE over there. What are you doing? These people are not like
protesting. You come onto other people's lands. You got to think about what you do and how you represent the people that are there.
Those are the working class traders, not them. These are not the working class traders. They fucking are.
Let's
go, guys. Move that line. Take a line.
Stay back. Stay back. Stay back. Get back.
Now, that's two videos. Obviously, seen the one guy was a worker. I'm kind of glad they were getting split. Some of them had half a brain, and at least they're trying to go to work. That dude was pissed. He was in a trash truck. They're stopping him, and then they go to stop this guy. And these officers have so much restraint, and we're going to get into more videos after this, because when you see the more of them, like no wonder why people are getting shot, making good. Or whatever. I'm not making good. What is that her name? Making good. Good. Whatever her name was in Minnesota. And it's just, I wouldn't be able to handle it. I mean, I would not be able to handle it. People coming at you, being stupid like that. So Seth, I won't let you roll, because the one lady with the mask on and the checkered pajama pants, I know where you're going to go with this. And the views and comments of Seth Eisenberg not necessarily reflect the views and comments of Justin Murphy and Damon Galdo.
Yeah, that's a good way to start this whole off. I want to read something first, and then I want to answer your question. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or the press or the right to peacefully assemble and petition the government for redress of grievances. Nowhere in that little thing we call, the First Amendment, does it say you can protest violently. Does it say you can gather and cause problems? It spells out peacefully assemble. Anything other than that is unconstitutional. What they're doing is unconstitutional. They have no legal right whatsoever to do what they're doing. And at this point, I blame the entire government of New Jersey for allowing this bullshit to continue for as long as it has. I could see giving it a couple of days, let people, vent, get some, blow some steam off. That's fine. But now we've gone past that. Now we're at the point where somebody needs to go, you know what? We had ICE. They can't handle it. Now we've got these whiny maggots multiplying out there. So we sent the state police in. They really can't do anything about it. There's too many people. Declare martial law. Be done with this. Send in the U.S. Marshals, federalize the National Guard, and lock those little bastards up. This is ridiculous. Law is law. You may not like it, and that's fine, but there's ways you can address that, legal ways you can address that. Going in the middle of the street, harassing people who are working, assaulting police officers, and damaging property is not the way to do it. And if you do that, you should expect a wood shampoo. You should be on the ground looking for your teeth. This is ridiculous. They have no right to do what they're doing. And what's really scary is that who was Mushmouth? The guy you're fighting, Norcross? Sounds like he's got a mouthful of marbles when he's talking. Yeah. If you listen to what he said this is the second time he's been out there. So my question to that dickhead is, how many times have you been to the local VA? How many times you visited those guys? How many times you go to visit the local police departments and just to see how they're doing? Or the firefighters, just to check in on them? Are you that concerned with goddamn criminals that you're turning your back on the people of the state because you think it makes you look good? It only makes you look good to other idiots, other criminals, other morons. So take the goddamn marbles out of your mouth, put on your big boy pants and man up and just go, what you're doing is wrong. You can't do this anymore. It's going to stop. And then the governor, Sherrill, she should be in the kitchen making sandwiches. I doubt she can even do that very well because she cheated at the goddamn academy to get out of there. She's another low-class piece of shit. I'm tired of all this. People that bust their ass, follow the law, and do what they're supposed to do are getting pissed on. And this is a prime example of government not caring about the people. It's got to end. It's not right, and it's unconstitutional. I just read the First Amendment. What they're doing is not constitutional. Why they're allowing them to continue to do this is beyond me. They all should be locked up. The government or the officials that are allowing it should be locked up and charged with treason. This is ridiculous. I'm tired of this criminal in this country being put up on a pedestal and worshipped. Oh, that poor guy. He left his country to come here for a better life. Millions of other people have done that and done it legally. What makes them so special so they can jump in the front of the line and expect different treatment? If I were an immigrant that came to this country and did the paperwork, I'd be pissed off. Like, you all don't just get the hell out of here. I stood in line. I paid what I had to pay to do. You're not special. You don't get special treatment. This country's slowly sliding into the toilet to applause. People are applauding. I'm done.
I hear you. So, all right, Nick, so I'm going to go to you too. Now, listen, obviously, they're doing this for votes, and they're doing this for publicity. But our own elected officials who started this, I mean, not just here in New Jersey, everywhere else, but in New Jersey, we have our own governor, Mikey Sherrill, going there. You have Andy Kim going there. You have Donald Norcross going there. Cory Booker going there. And they're all gas up. We had LaMonica McIver was actually charged last year for hitting an ICE agent at Delaney Hall as well. I don't know whatever happened to her. So I don't think she can get Congress or go to jail. So what are your thoughts on all this? Because this is madness. I can't take it.
I'll take it from the top. Donald Norcross, that's over 100 miles from his congressional district, the first congressional district, which hopefully you will soon be the representative of. And he's weak on everything. He's so weak standing there. I just look, I'm looking at that. I'm like, come on, don't put this out there, man. You look horrible. You sound horrible. You sound like a wimp. You look like a wimp. You're standing in front of a building full of people who don't like doing paperwork. That's why they're in there, because they don't like doing paperwork. If any of us American citizens had the same inability or unwillingness to do paperwork that the people occupying Delaney Hall had, we would be in a similar situation, because paperwork is required in this society, whether you want to come to America or whether you just want to exist in America. It doesn't matter. You don't get any workarounds with taxes and everything else. And his own brother, I mean, let's not forget, he's weak on everything. His brother George, right? got slipped in, slipped out, but it's a crime family. It's like watching any mafioso individual be like, "Oh, it's so sad. Look how sad it is for the people." Just do your job, Donald. Just do your job and toughen up. But honestly, we're over expecting you to do your job. We're putting Damon in because you're a loser, sad loser, standing there talking about stuff that it's blatantly obvious. Everyone understands the path to citizenship is not to come here illegally and pretend like no one's ever going to bother you about it. Those days are over. God bless Donald Trump. Those days are over. But I think he feels closer. He feels comfortable standing at Delaney Hall because, that much closer to Wall Street, he feels at home. So that's why he's there. And then next we see Cory Booker, right? He's here. He doesn't have time to talk to simple question, doesn't have time to answer a simple question. A lot of his own party hate him because he voted down a simple bill to lower drugs by bringing them in from Canada. I mean, that's something that people don't forget. Like Republican bipartisan issues. This guy's a loser. And again, he's already had his Spartacus moment, like I said earlier, and he just feels like everything's owed to him now. He feels like he's entitled to the seat. But at least Delaney Hall is in his representative area. So for him but he won't even answer the question about it. So if he was the one standing there like Norcross, it would almost be acceptable. But he won't even answer questions about it. And he does these propaganda. He wants to show people he doesn't have time to answer questions about national incidents happening in his state, in his district, but he's willing to do things like try and live on a food stamp budget for publicity. How about instead of trying to live on the handouts that we give the lowest rung of society, maybe try living like someone who has to pay for a college degree and get a job instead of just living on taxpayer money as you have for your entire career. That would be entertaining for us. We want to see you do that. Come on, Cory. Give us some real entertainment. And then as far as this band of these lost boys out there, right? The ones that are protesting, trying to decide whether or not the garbage man is allowed to do his job. He has to get out and fight to do his job, to not go to jail like he says, because he can't run these people over. How do you get inside their head and understand what's going on? Who's paid, who's unpaid when it comes to these protesters? I think many of them are paid, and I think some of them are certainly there under their own volition. But as the governor has pointed out, a lot of them are from out of state, and they shouldn't be there doing that. But long story short, I mean, they're arguing over who should and should not be allowed to participate in the function of their paid positions. So I don't know how you get inside their heads and reconcile their delusion when it comes to them allowing some people to do what they need to do and not. Versus
it's ridiculous, man. It really is. And before I go back to you, Justin, I just want to say I think that our elected officials gaslit this to get it going, but nobody covers it to where they're at fault with it at all. And I'm going to play one more clip before I go to you, Justin, just to show the madness and the stupidity. So let's roll the next one.
We need y'all to get out of here with your sign.
What do you mean? Oh, you have borders on this campus.
No, we have this space reserved as an official event.
Yeah, so you have borders. Where's your borders at?
This whole green area right here.
Oh, so you want to control who comes in and out. Like an ICE agent or a border patrol agent. You wouldn't dare act like a fascist, would you? I would really encourage you on a rally on a campus. This is an event for sanctuary campuses. You probably shouldn't act like a fascist border patrol agent. You should take down your borders and let whoever wants on the space, okay? Why is your lip quivering? Because you've been called out on how you're acting exactly like how you don't, what you're advocating against. You're acting just like them. So if you believe in illegal aliens allowing to have sanctuary on this campus, put your money where your mouth is, leave me alone, and let me have sanctuary on this campus, okay?
So, Justin, I'm going to go to you next, and you're still with us, right? So
still here.
Okay, so that I know you couldn't see that video clip, but that girl just dismantled that dude on the campus because he said he weren't allowed in their space, and I'm sure you heard it, but yeah, I went to one of the Tesla protests, and I told you guys this before. Nick, I don't think you ever heard it, but and Justin, maybe you heard it or not. But I was going to meet our great producer, the man behind the curtain right now, who pops up by accident once in a while. But when I got out of my truck, all these buses pulled up. You know, this was last year, and it was when they were protesting Tesla and keying them up and blowing them up and all that stuff. So we were going to interview people, and I just kind of mingled in with the crowd of people getting off the buses, and every bus had somebody wearing. Actually, I got one right here. You know, a high vis. Vest like this. So every leader of every bus group was wearing them. They were directing people where to go, and they were handing them, pamphlets and stuff like that, telling them what. So I just kind of mingled in with the crowd as I was walking up, and the guy hands me, pamphlet, and I open it up, and it just says, "You got to call Trump a fascist, Elon Musk a fascist, and here's your signs will be handed out to you," and it had a voucher from there, which I posted up there before, and said, "Make sure you come and get your money, your $250 from Cooper River Indivisible." So when a guy handed it to me, he said, "What group are you with?" I said, "Not with any group." I said, "I'm just walking up the street." He said, "I need that back now." I said, "You got a better chance of seeing God, my friend." I said, "I'm not giving this back at all." So I posted on the podcast, and they were just puppets out there being paid. Not all of them. Some people were just stupid. But a lot of them are being paid, and that's what it is. And so, Justin, with that, hearing about all this, you're up, buddy.
There's a couple things that come to mind, Damon. Is number one, it's how organized, funded, planned, and trained these paid agitators are. These are not organic protests. We know that now. We know where the money's coming from. And then, of course, when we look at the other side of the coin from the left, it's nothing but selective outrage and hypocrisy. And because there's no consequence to their action, political or legally, we'll just continue to see more of this. And, you try to point this out to people. Some people are just not receptive to it. But it's always a piece of selective outrage. I just watched something on Newsmax the other day where somebody had discussed or brought up the point or posted on social media, and it was reported in the Newsmax story that Trump is, destroying the White House and the integrity of it. And my God, he's put the beautiful people's White House, and look how this guy's treating it. And the perfect response from, I think it was either Carl Higbee or Schmidt, one of the news respondents, said, "Do you remember when Joe Biden had the LGBT community there, topless, topless, denigrating the White House on the White House lawn? They were males with implants, and then they were topless running around and draping the White House in the LGBTQ flag, and not to mention Bill Clinton, what he was doing in the White House." So it's the ADD with them, and then the selective outrage. It's off the charts. It's hypocrisy off the charts, and selective outrage off the charts. And these people who are agitating are paid, and it's a very organized, planned, and calculated effort to really disintegrate the cultural and social fabric of a country. I mean, how many times? I'll tell you what. As a Republican Party, I'll do everything in my power to make sure that we don't forget every time that these people come out, they riot, loot, burn, and destroy, take over city streets. When I posted on this the other day, 500 plus riots in 2020, a long list of left-wing political violence from assassination attempts to assassination attempts, 563 attacks on Catholic churches. I mean, the list goes on. This is a serious problem. This is a hate-filled and hate-fueled Marxist left that is living out the Karl Marx instruction when you study Marx. The only way you change society is through violence. And that's why they don't have time for the First Amendment for themselves, but not no one else. They do not have time for the First Amendment, to the ballot box, or for peaceful civil discourse. They are only out to destroy the country any way they can so they can remake it in what they're hoping to believe is this utopian left-wing piece of garbage. But it's just, I mean, I'm acclimated to it, and I think people are almost to the point where they're desensitized. You know, something's wrong with the left. When they go out and riot, loot, and burn. They go out and riot, loot, and burn. They attack people, vilify people. And then the bigger problem is you get this amplification from the Democrat Party leaders who pile on and lead. They aid the consternation. You know, they push it, they promote it, they facilitate it. Although they promote the violence, and it has to stop. But I'll tell people it will not stop until these people are defeated at the ballot box. They cannot be in positions of power to write our laws, instruct our children, and teach our children. We have to win elections. That's the bottom line. We have to win elections.
You're absolutely right, Justin. I mean, New Jersey has been blue state for a long time, and I know everyone was crushed in November when Jim Rowley lost. He sucked a lot of money in, and everyone was devastated. It wasn't just New Jersey; it was Virginia as well, and in New York City. I mean, look at it; they were Democrats won across the board and crushed a lot of people. But the good thing is, a lot of people came out and they voted for grassroots individuals like yourself, and well, I guess kind of myself. But not enough people came out to vote, Justin. So I'm going to let you keep going on this one because we talk about this all the time. We talk about it at a town hall. We talk about it on everything else. And, so we had a very, very low turnout. So, and now I know you always say it's apathy. But how do we get it? Get people to come out? What was that noise?
Godzilla.
But how do we get people out? Because if you look at it, I mean, yes, you did win, but the amount of people that came out to vote from Republicans, I mean, it was probably almost less than 20%.
I think it probably was less than 20% from what I can tell. We may have hit 20%, but that would have been about as high as it is. What do you do at this point? Damon, I crunch this a lot, and I know our party as a whole, our candidates think about it. Right now, I think the tragedy is I don't know if we can do anything about it. And the problem is we control certain things. We control our message, how we polish it, who we nominate, how we communicate, the content of the message, substance of our platform. We control all that. What we don't control, we do not control whether or not people are even interested and want to listen to us, and they're not even receptive at this point. Now, the good news is it does. If they're not listening to our message and then rejecting it, they're not even there. They're just not listening to the message. And so, how do you get people to be receptive? And as soon as we crack that code, we'll all know. I mean, it's you do what you control, put the message out, get on the radio, TV, campaign, knock on doors, promote it, facilitate the turnouts the best you can. But there's a large number of people, unfortunately, that they're just not interested in listening to a politician. And this is the high level of apathy, the low turnout, and we're stuck here for a while. Hopefully, with the right issues and concerns, people will sit up a little higher, get their antennas up, and start to act on, the races, the political races, and the elections. I mean, I tell people all the time, we've got almost 1.6 million registered Republicans in the state now. That's the most ever. Great news. Well, if they're sitting home, it's not great news. If we can't manifest their registration involvement politically where they vote for us, and they're not in the voting booth, it doesn't. They're not helping anybody on the couch.
Yeah,
sitting home and not working. So it's just go at it. You just have to just keep going at it. And yes, more money will get you more exposure. Does not necessarily mean you get more votes. But you have to keep at it, be tenacious and be patient, and hope for continued increases in turnout and really concerned by people that want to get involved.
So you're right about that. So I wanted to say before I go to you, Elana, anybody that wants to ask a question, throw it in the chat. Doesn't matter what social media platform you're on. You can put a question or a statement in the chat. And also, everyone that's making the post, I see Jersey Girl ASMR jumped on. So thank you for jumping on. And I want to remind everybody that I'm also running too. So it's all about Justin, though. Justin pulled off a big one. He really did. He's the man. That's what it's about. Justin really worked hard on this, and I thank him for it. And he's been on this podcast many times. So Justin Murphy, thank you. But Elana, I want to go to you, and I want to know what Justin was talking about. People don't want to talk. Democrats don't want to talk to Republicans for the most part. I mean, I'm not saying Reagan Democrats or anything like that. I think the far lefties that are crazy because they just don't want to. They won't. As soon as you ask them the question or something, they shut down immediately. And I've noticed it's a lot of women. So that's why I'm asking you this question. So hate to use the word Karen, but it's a thing now. So how do you get the Karens, to come over? Or how do you just shake them until they go with common sense?
You don't. You just let them sit in their muck, and you can't fight. You can't punch a cloud. You can't fight with crazy. There's no point. As soon as you see that that's what you're up against, you shake the dust off your feet. You move on to the next person. You talk to somebody who you can get in. Even a side door with a side issue with them, who's willing to have a reasonable conversation. And those are the people that can be won over. Wasting time on lunatics, it makes you a lunatic. So don't even bother. That's my answer to that. Does anybody disagree? Do you think you can actually convince Greta Thunberg, not that she's an American voter, but you're going to convince her to just start acting like a normal person? It's never going to happen.
How dare you?
I agree with Elana. That's correct. Some people you will not reach.
Well, I persuade them to throw the vote away on a third-party candidate if I can. They're not going to come. I can reroute it into the gutter. That's one option.
I knew we said
Green party.
Okay. All right. I don't know if that's possible, but it's more possible than sending them on a path of sanity. Yes.
So a different party, you said?
Green party. Get them to vote green.
Yeah. So. Well, my buddy Pete, if he's watching, he's looking for a different party. I'm thinking this is not happening in your lifetime right now. So he pushes it hard. He's like, "We got to go to this party, America's party." Labeled. Everyone's coming out with something different. I did my podcast that aired on Monday on the Jersey Shore, SURE Shore, by the way, and I aired it. It was Thursday. I had an interview with a sorority, and they were asking me questions, and it was all Democrats that were on there. And when they started, they named, what they were doing. I said, well, I think we should call this outnumbered. I said, because I'm the only Republican on here. So, but it went well. They were very nice people. So we had a little, disagreement. But there was one guy on there that he was talking about another party, and he's going, and I'm like, all right, buddy, I don't know. So I just started to throw it in there for this. But listen, so we're going to take a quick break here. We're going to go into the fourth segment, and we got Seth's surprise. And then we're just going to wing it on whatever it may be, whatever we want to talk about. So let's take this break. There you go, Nick.
Welcome to America's Pulse Network. This is APN's very own White House correspondent, Alexandra Levine.
This is so amazing and miraculous. We've never had a president in the history of our nation doing this. And we hope to God that he continues doing this forever and ever. Thank you. God bless you, everybody. And God bless President Trump.
And God bless you.
Hello, everyone. This is Alexandra Levine with the America's Pulse Network. I am the White House correspondent right here in the heart of D.C. as President Trump is celebrating 250 years of America and the military.
Subscribe and follow America's Pulse Network on the above social medias.
Here we go. All right, we're back, everybody. So I get someone to watch on YouTube just texting me. So Justin, you're really messing me up with the phone things. I can't go to do certain things, so I got to keep on the phone. But so you're getting that damn smartphone. I'll tell you that right now. Where'd Seth go?
I could never figure out how to work one.
So where'd Seth dropped off for some reason? I don't know what's going on here. There he is. All right. This is happy birthday, Seth. This is first.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, it was yesterday.
I'm 28.
Yeah, he just turned 92. He's as old as this hammer here. Hammer. Where's your sword at? You got to get a real one, not the little
right
ball.
there, man.
I got you. So Seth is the man, the myth, the legend. Great guy. I call him the angry pirate all the time. I thank him for his service. He served in the Navy, and yesterday was his birthday. He's been having a lot of health issues all the time. He's got to get them over with. But here we go. Here's our tribute to you for your birthday, and then we'll roll with everything else.
Hey, you guys!
What is that? You. Wow. Gnarly.
America's Pulse Network and friends wish Seth a happy birthday.
So there you go, Seth.
Thank you very much.
Justin said, "How old are you?"
I'm 28. I'm 28.
Again?
28.
I'm 53. And
happy birthday, buddy.
Thank you.
Love you.
I appreciate it.
So we played that. That was from the Goonies when they were looking for One-Eyed Willie. So I told DW, the other Damon, man behind the curtain here, our producer, great producer. I said, man, if we could have found something that said the 1 foot Willie. Because we tried to get it together, but it was too late when I thought about it. So,
no, thank you. I appreciate it.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, so let's just go around free for all. Whoever wants to go. Seth, you want to go? And I know Nick's got something coming up right after this. You know what? Let me let Nick go first because he wants to say something.
Go ahead. You sure? You want to let the birthday boy go first?
No, because you got something to talk about here that you want to put up there.
I had to pick up the Courier Post today because I thought, you know what, I'm going to be on the show. Let me see what the Courier Post has. Let me see if they have a different perspective. And here we are, the day after the midterm elections. Not a word in the Courier Post about the midterm elections. Not one word. So I'm talking to my wife about this, and she's their best defense counsel. She says, I think that's a weekly paper. I'm like, no, it's a daily paper. But even if it was a weekly paper, it's today's paper. And yesterday was the midterm elections. So we should see something in here about the midterm elections. And as their stalwart defense, my wife says, well, where's that paper even from? There might not be a midterm election occurring. Well, Cherry Hill, and they service New Jersey. And not a single word the day after the midterms from the Courier Post about the midterm. They got all types of stuff in here. And when I finally had to show her proof that they could print news from yesterday, they got bombing in Kiev yesterday in this paper. But they don't have New Jersey's midterm election yesterday in this paper. And it's just shocking. It's shocking. But they are not biased because, and of course, we've got old news from Delaney Hall here. Always Delaney Hall. The day after Mickey Sherrill's election, the front page was an abandoned mall in Voorhees. It's been going dead for decades and is going to become condos. So at least they're not biased. The day after, first female governor in a while, we still got dead mall cover story. Had to dig a bit for Mickey Sherrill. So also, got the Philadelphia Inquirer. Wanted to see if they had anything. And we did make the front page of the Philadelphia Inquirer, New Jersey primary. And the same thing you guys are saying, popular choice was to not get involved. And it made the front page, below the fold, albeit, but at least it made the front page, and that's across the river, obviously. So sad that we can't, it's I don't want to go too far down the rabbit hole with you guys. Of course, midterm elections, especially Republican midterm elections in New Jersey. I've worked hard trying to get people to show up for them for over a decade now. and it's like a concert that nobody really wants to go to is kind of how I, describe it a little bit. But, also having a newspaper, our only newspaper in South Jersey, I believe, basically, I'm wrong about that, but basically, the Courier Post, nothing. It's sad.
Yeah, and this Ann, I think it was Ann, Jersey girl, that pointed out that they have has a new GOP. So Cherry Hill has a whole entire brand new committee slate that just won, like wide open. Rainbow Bear, Samsung is closing their headquarters in New Jersey.
Okay.
So, okay, I just posted that, but yeah, but they have a whole new slate in Cherry Hill, like a brand new, all 46 new people in committee. That's big news. To have a whole new slate of committee people. Cherry Hill is the biggest in Camden County. They are, and they don't mention that. They don't mention the primary and the Courier Post. What? It's crazy. I mean, it's
news. That is news. And you think maybe it's because they don't want to talk about politics. There's tons of random politically associated stuff in there. Just nothing about.
Well, they did have one. I thought one article in the Courier Post about Justin Murphy's hair.
Previously, before the election, trying to get people out to not vote.
Seriously, I mean,
primary the hair guy.
For a long time. I think the print media is failing in their primary job, which is to facilitate a free marketplace of ideas and facilitate our constitutional republic and democratic processes and informing voters impartially. They're failing at that miserably.
Yeah. Yeah, the newspaper reporters really used to be the watchdogs of society, and unfortunately today there's a big hole. And then podcasts and things like this are hopefully giving it back to the people.
Well, it would be interesting to know who owns that paper.
That was going to be my next question.
Okay, you have the answer? Okay.
I don't have the answer. Callers.
Yeah, and we're gonna look it up and put it out there. I guarantee Norcross involved. Norcross does own the Inquirer. Well, did and kind of stepped back, but still owns a piece of it. George Norcross, anyway. But I'm sure Norcross has something.
Yeah, because it's all deliberate. I mean, they want us out of the political process as much as possible. I learned from Justin and from Damon that, New Jersey, between the last Senate race and now, put in, more than doubles the number of signatures you need to even get on the ballot. That's an effort to keep regular people out of the process. They make it harder and harder and keep raising the bar. And it happens all across the country, especially in liberal states. So it doesn't surprise me that wasn't in the old Courier Post.
So
Heather, my wife just said George Norcross's daughter, Lexi, owns the Courier Post.
Gannett, it says Gannett, but yeah, sure, it could be anything, right? Shells. Again, not to go too far down the rabbit hole with you guys.
Go down the rabbit hole.
No, she's a paralegal, man. She can look some stuff up. But yeah, she's good at that stuff. So I'm sure I'm not gonna say I'm sure. I hope she is sure that she's very good at looking stuff up. So I would say.
According to my little Googling, it's been owned by Gannett since 1959, and sure, that could mean anything, but not too long after the last time a Republican sat in the first New Jersey congressional seat.
Oh, I know how long it's been. 56 years. So,
who was it?
This is Dame. Oh, Heather just said, Elana, you're the best.
Aw, thanks, Heather.
Elana is the best. There's no question. We love the base mother.
Seth, everyone's just throwing shade at you. So me too. I haven't not one person in the comment section. Everyone's go Justin.
That's not true.
I'm like, you remember I'm running too? I'm kidding. I'm messing with you guys. So this is about Justin because Justin he accomplished a big feat running against these Republicans that I don't even know some were Republicans. I would say Tabor and Bovich was Sedan. I don't know. That guy did some shady stuff, but Justin, he did it himself, and it was an amazing thing that he did.
Yeah.
I kind of did it myself a little bit, but it took me years, but I just had to help out some chairs to get in to give me, the backing and get on committee. My wife got on committee, we just, grassroots, got involved and got it done. So,
Justin, what are you going to do to win over these diehard Tabors? Third rung diehard Tabors, they will not let go. They will not lay down.
Well, look, Rich was a great candidate, and I think he inspired people. He was a good candidate, and a lot of people, look, they're pretty loyal to him, and they did well. I mean, he's got a future. I mean, I say let's keep him visible so he can run again in 2028 for congressional seats, and I hope to have him as part of my team. I'm really going to need him to win because he has that outreach into the non-traditional voting blocks of voters that are not, traditionally not Republican. So, look, I mean, everybody's passionate, but we need to be together as a party. And right now it's, you light a candle, you don't curse the darkness. It's time to unify and do the best we can against Cory Booker. We have an uphill battle. I think everyone knows that. But we can pull this off. I think we can definitely pull it off.
Absolutely. Good answer. And I hope you win those people over, and maybe it'll take his help to do so. But I noticed it's a weird trend in New Jersey GOP midterm elections that the third string candidate always winds up with these real radical, and we need them. We need those radical, followers to come on over to the general election with the Green Party people.
Yeah, it's a very simple thing. Yes, we need everybody. Everyone needs to stop it. Everyone needs it. When I lost my first election against my opponent, I went to her first event, which was our only event in general for whatever. But anyway,
was running for Congress.
Yeah, and I gave a speech on her behalf. And listen, she didn't like me, but I didn't care. I was doing it for the party. So I went and gave a speech on her behalf, and she's a good woman. And we didn't really know each other, and so but I still went and did it, and that's what you're supposed to do. And I think Tabor will do this. I think Tabor, I've met him a couple of times. Like I said, we did the town hall with Tabor, Lubovich, and Murphy, and they all talked. They were all asked that question: if you're going to get behind whoever wins the primary, and everyone said yes. I know Justin would do it. I believe Tabor will stay by his word and do it. I believe Lubovich will do it as well. So hopefully,
I think so. Yeah, we'll be.
Dan, I don't know.
Get some downtime in a long primary and running all over the state, and it was competitive. There's no doubt about that. So we can, I think, all look forward to a competitive fall, and we can certainly shock the world. But there's a lot of work to be done. I just had a nice event in Ocean County tonight, and we'll keep everybody on board and. Much to do. There's a lot to spoke with the chairwoman today. We're going to be meeting in strategy sessions and a lot of work to do, but we're looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. We'll have some fun with this. But we want to be confident and energized and passionate, and we will. And that'll shed off on the voters. So we'll see a party that has direction and vision, and not just Cory Booker's hate for Donald Trump. That's all they'll run on. And we can differentiate ourselves from that message and be the party that really offers the better tomorrow, because we're not only talking about it, we're doing it.
Excellent.
You're right.
Congratulations, Justin. Congratulations, Damon. Fantastic.
I should have played the one other Rocky clip, when Rocky Balboa shocked the world. So that's what Justin's going to do. That's what I'm going to do.
But listen, Damon, invite everybody on Saturday night, and because Damon's going to be there.
Yes, I will come. I'll be there outside my district again, but supporting fellow Republicans. I had a guy ripping on me, Justin. I don't know if I told you about this because we got a little bit of time left. When we did town hall in Medford, guy ripped on me on Facebook. He said, "Why are you campaigning? You're not even District 3. You're District 1." I said, "I did it for Justin Murphy, and plus a lot of Camden County people showed up." I said,
and you've got two towns in Burlington County.
Yeah, I know. Even though Medford is right outside the district, But yeah. So there was some guy. I don't know why he even brought it up, but it's like, guys, all right. I'm trying to help every candidate. That's why I went up and down the state with all everyone running for Congress, and then obviously Justin as well running for Senate. I mean, with Hillary Herzig, Jason Cohen, I'm upset that he lost. You know, he's a great guy. He should have won. He would have been the best candidate. But Hillary Herzig, she won, but she was uncontested. Now, Greg Milley won uncontested. But I reached out to every single one of them, and I said, we have to come together and then unify the Republican Party in New Jersey, because it is so broken here, and that is the main thing. It's the only way we win. It really is, and that's my goal. That's why we all started this network. That's why we all started this podcast, and that's why I'm running for Congress. So, but guys, you want to finish it out? Nick, I'll go with you first. If you want, where can people find you? If you want to put it out there.
Me?
Yeah. If you want,
I'm in the bunker like Biden, man. You can't find me.
Okay, no problem. I know you're not running for anything right now. I don't know if you had any social media you want to put out there.
Sure. I'm Nicholas Catucci on Facebook and Catucci Live on Instagram and somewhere on X, I guess. I have in the past done a lot of work with my buddy Mark Naughton. You can find that work on YouTube at Truth with Mark Naughton. We went and did George Floyd and a bunch of fun stuff like that, and got in the mess. And I wore a hidden body cam into the Philadelphia Convention Center for the rigged second election against Donald Trump. And they gave me one of those yellow vests you were talking about, Damon. I've got my yellow vest still. I've got my marching orders, and I've got my undercover camera footage of shredded ballots that I sent everywhere, but wasn't really able to do anything with. So that's a little where you can find me.
You should hook up with Scott Pressler.
Yeah, I did some fun stuff with Scott Pressler. Everyone's done fun stuff with Scott Pressler.
So you kind of look the same, tall with the long hair.
Oh, come on, my hair's longer.
I'm like that big with Scott Pressler. I won't even take pictures with him anymore because
we measured our hairs, and mine's longer, so I won the long hair thing. So he was supposed to cut his. Wow. He was supposed to cut his like Murphy, but he didn't. He didn't.
I had no idea it was that long. Yeah, Elena's probably jealous. So, Elena, everyone knows where to find you. What do you want to just say anyway? Because you're always on with us, and thank you for coming on.
Yeah, I'm so happy to be. I was gone for a few weeks. I'm so happy to be back. You can just find me at The Based Mother on all the usual socials.
And Seth, you can find Seth at any garbage dump you can find. He's there. With 1 foot.
You can find my therapist discussing my trauma from my youth. No, I'm just on X
the man.
And Facebook, Conservative Corner on Facebook, and then Conservative Seth on X. And here, I don't get into all the twit.
Well, you're on here anyway. It's gonna air when the show's over. So now everyone, you know where to find me. It's gonna air at the end of this. So you know where to find me. And go to DamonGaldo.com. Got out there. And Justin Murphy, real quick, where can people go to your website again?
You can always find me Jersey Justin 4 Senate.org. Jersey Justin 4 Senate.org. And our group, our Facebook page is Justin Murphy for U.S. Senate. We've got events coming up, and please join us Saturday night at Carla's Classic Cars. Damon will be there with us, and it's a wonderful venue, and it's going to be what I didn't do last night. That'll be the victory speech address, which I was home in my sweats when I didn't go anywhere, so I wasn't how sure the night would turn out. But we're going to have a nice event on Saturday, and no time off. Tired, but too bad. This is too important. And we'll be out just about every day campaigning. And if you can join us, Carla's Classic Cars on Oakshade Road in Chemung. We'd love to see you Saturday night at 7 p.m.
Woo!
My wife said great hair, Nick. So
yes, thank you. I was trying to write back, but I guess I can't chat back.
I don't think you can talk about it. Yeah, you can't chat.
Thanks,
back.
Heather.
But anyway, Justin Murphy, everybody, great win. And so it gave you his information. We have a big struggle in front of us. We got going up against juggernauts. So go to his website, donate, and if you can, my website, vote.damongaldo.com, and donate. And thank you very much for joining us, everybody, today. This was a fun show. I've been really wanting to get this out there, especially the Delaney Hall stuff. And it was nice that we're both tired as heck, from all of this, going to so many different events. And I just want to go to sleep. So.
Yeah. Yeah, we all want to go to sleep. Always good to be on. I'm always appreciative when you have us on, and thank you very much, everyone.
All right. Thank you, guys. All right, we're going to sign off.
Talk to you soon. Take care.
All right. Bye.
America's Pulse Network. The mainstream media is bought and paid for. The truth is twisted to fit their agenda. But America is waking up. Because podcasts are the future for trusted media. Welcome to the America's Pulse Network. It is a network built by patriots that upholds the Constitution. But America's Pulse Network stands for God, truth, and the America First movement. There is no corporate propaganda, no government spin, just real news, real talk, and real voices fighting for faith, freedom, and the future of this great nation with common sense. Here are some of America's Pulse Network podcasts. Alexandra Levine Live, hosted by Alexandra Levine. Jersey Shore Podcast, hosted by Damon Galdo. The Conservative Corner, hosted by Seth Eisenberg. The New Jersey State House Watch, hosted by Jack Brangan and Constance Detzel. APN's The Pulse is moderated by either Alexandra, Damon, Elana, or Seth. Also tune into America's Pulse Network on the following social media platforms: X, Rumble, Truth Social, Parler, Facebook, YouTube, and Spotify. Join the revolution because the pulse of America beats for God and country. America's Pulse Network is for faith, family, freedom, and truth. America's Pulse Network thanks you for watching tonight's episode of the Pulse Podcast. See you at the next packed episode that will take you from breaking news to informative topics. So please click on the subscribe button to get notified for upcoming episodes. If you liked what the Pulse covered, then share the Pulse Podcast with others. APN's The Pulse hosts look forward to seeing you